Yo, what's up, gamers? The official GMS roadmap has just dropped for Q3 of this year. And because I did a video like predicting a roadmap, I kind of just want to go through this to sort of show maybe things I did get and maybe things I didn't. But this is the official confirmation, so we know exactly what we're getting. The first part of the Q3 roadmap is the patch in 2 weeks' time in mid-July, which is version 243. A lot of the stuff that we know of this patch already, the main thing is that Guild Castle, we've got the 275 area of Shangri-La, and the new boss of Kaling. I've gone over these quite a bit, so just to sort of save you a bit of time, I'm going to sort of skim over these and wait for the official notes to go more in depth in Guild Castle. But Shangri-La and Kaling we know a lot about already. One thing that we don't know about that is kind of cool is something called Journey Toward the Sixth Star. Now, this is going to be a warm-up event for the New Age event in December, and this is sort of like going to be a few month-long event to sort of give us extra goodies and get prepared for Sixth Job. We'll get more details on this in the patch notes themselves, but Steve did a video on the TMS version of this and the CMS version, like the overseas event, so we'll probably get a variant based on that, and I'll link that in the comments below. Yeah, take that as a bit of reference, but keep in mind that GMS will probably nerf the rewards quite a bit because the TMS one is a little too good, in my opinion. And they gave like thousands and loads of items, like 1.2k node stones, 1.2k like arcane symbols, a bunch of potions that can be used on a hyper burning character. Like it's way too good for GMS, dude. So we'll probably get a nerf version, but it'll be good nonetheless. I also like that they put Dawn Warrior in this picture, very cool, and Blaster as well. In this update, because we're getting Kaling, we will also get the exceptional enhancement items for the Pitched Boss set. The version on the left is for Dreamy Belt, the Lucid Belt. This is like an additional item that you just apply to your Dreamy Belt and it'll give you these extra stats. So that's 20 all stat, like 15 attack, and then some HP and MP. And that, again, that comes from Extreme Black Mage. And then the, what's this called? This is the Lose Control Mark, so that's Berserked in GMS. It's an enhancement item for that. And you receive this from Extreme Seren. So kind of very late game items, but it's a cool like enhancement system that kind of comes on extra. Towards the end of the version 2.4 update, I would assume, we are going to get something that is called the Goodbye event. And now Orange Mushroom Blog did a bit on this, but it's kind of just like an ending event to the Wong Strong restaurant, with like a check-in sort of getting points. You get a bunch of rewards. So kill a certain amount of monsters, you get a bunch of points. You can then get extra items, so like growth potions, coins, chairs, a title. There's like some 2x in here as well. There's a bunch of stuff. I'll link all of the Orange Mushrooms, the documents that I used today, I'll link in the comments below. The KMS version had a chance to give a bunch of Maple points. We'll probably get this, but I don't know if we'll get this chance to get 1,000,000 Maple points, bro. We might do, you never know. But this is sort of the Goodbye Last Order event, they called it, to the Wong Strong restaurant. And then after that, during the version 243 event, we will also get the return of Zero and Beast Tamer for character creation. So Zero is really good for its EXP Legion effect, which is great for grinding. The Link skill is IED if you want to use it. I don't use it personally, but there's probably an edge case where you can. And then Beast Tamer has a IED Legion bonus, and then it's like a crit rate and boss damage Link skill. Really, really good to sort of have these in your repertoire, so you have a bit of extra power that you can get, which is really good. And that will sort of top off the mid-July version 243 update. After that, at the end of August, probably the 29th of August, if I had to guess, because that's when Savior ends, is version 244. Now, version 244 is quite a big event because it has a lot of stuff in it. And we're going to go through the Orange Mushroom blogs of each bit just to sort of show you what it is. And I've gone through this in my prediction previously as well. But just sort of for those that aren't aware, this version 244 update, so end of August, start of September, is going to have, first of all, a bunch of quality of life changes. So that's going to be all of the boss changes to do with Magnus, to do with Papalatus, Lucid, I almost said Lotus, Lucid, Gloom, which is called Dusk in Korea, and Dunkel, which is Darknell, Black Mage, and then the Seren changes, and then some Kalos changes as well. And we also get like unlimited boss practice. They've removed the re-entry on like the 30-minute timer for re-entry and bosses. They removed that, and then we'll go through because there's a bunch of other like Korean stuff in this one. It's like a balance patch. There's an expansion to the Grand Ethereum, so you can like relive certain parts of your character's growth, and you can look into like Adventurers, Cygnus Knights, all the different starters bits. And it's also got the reboot boss change. So this is the 5% damage boss change. So if you're getting carried in reboot and you do less than 5% of the total boss's health, you won't get any loot. But again, we've gone over all of this before, quite in depth, so I'll spare you that. And when it comes to the time, I'll sort of make a video about this as well, just so sort of people can be a bit more clear on it. For reg servers, we're doing like a pitched and dawn boss like tradability, which is going to happen in this quality of life as well. And the meso cap gets increased to 500 billion instead of 100 billion that it is right now. In that same version 244 patch, we have a side event called Spiegelman and the Secret Ring Shop. This is like an event ring shop, as you can see on this little UI here. There's the Tenebris or Glory Guard ring, the Dark Critical ring, the Awake ring in that little shop, and then we've got like some cosmetics on the right as well. This is literally just like a capping event. You just kill, pick up these tokens, and you can trade these in with Spiegelman to get like a bunch of rewards. So there's a really good looking damage skin, in my opinion. This one's really nice. A cool like ring mount. I think this is an android for the Neon Spiegelman. And then yeah, as you can see, the event rings, a scroll which you can pick, SS Master ring, Deep Dark Criticals, Synergy ring, Cosmos, Vengeance, Onyx ring, Glorian, like loads of stuff. There's even event ring cubes as well. So this will be great for making like meso gear or drop gear or anything like that. Or if you're like a new starting player, these gears can be used in substitute of like a 17 star to really sort of help like push you up a bit. In that same patch, we will have a tactical relay. This is something that I sort of predicted we'd have in summer, but we're getting it in September instead. But for those that have never done tactical relay, this is like a account-wide challenge where people with like lots of characters, you contribute to all these different missions where you get bonuses based on what job you do. So you can see here there is 9 stages of missions. So for example, on this UI, stage 3, which is like defeat 1,000 monsters around your level. On this day, you can see the red icon, that's the warrior icon. So if you do the mission on a warrior, you will get extra event points and level bonuses. And the more points you get across the event, the better rewards you get. There's a bunch of different charts in Korean of all the stuff. But in layman's terms, you get some Karma Flames, which they'll probably change all of this for GMS, but there's a lot of 2x. Symbol selectors, there's some really nice chairs, and there's a secret mission where if you defeat normal or hard Sue, which is Lotus, on 3 different characters, you will get like a massive chair with your top 5 Legion characters and the Maple World Transcendence. So that's the Transcendent of Light, the Transcendent of Time, and the Transcendent of Life. So White Mage, Alicia, and Rene. So that's, you know, quite a cool chair. This one won't apply to us. We'll probably get this in October-ish. And then this, which we will get in the version 244, so end of August, is the World Punch King Season 1. Now, I wouldn't trust the Season 1. It's probably just going to be a one-time thing, because they said Season 1 with Legion Arena, and that never came back. So, I don't know. But this is basically like a Punch King event. So you get these like target dummies that you kill in the map. And based on how high, how fast, how many points you get, you'll get a ranking. And this is across your whole world where you compete with a bunch of different players, well, everyone on the server. And at the end of the ranking, the top 10 players will get a special chair to sort of commemorate their like dedication and how strong they were. So this, for example, is the player in rank 10th. They get the position 10 chair, and this chair changes based on how strong you are, how high you are. Really, really cool. There's also a bunch of buffs that come with this, like a Tobin buff, and you get a bunch of like EXP and stuff. Really, really cool. There's also a Golden Fairy Bros at the same time, but I'm not going to go over that because Golden Fairy Bros can sort of change whenever Nexon want to do that. But yeah, this is sort of just like a high skim over what to expect. We'll get, obviously when we get the patch notes, we'll go more in depth into it. But that's just sort of so you have like a rough idea of what's coming up. And yeah, thanks for watching. I want to say thanks to the channel members, the Maplers. If you want to see your name on the screen, feel free to become a channel member. But don't worry if you don't want to. I'm going to make these videos regardless. So this is just sort of to show appreciation. And I want to say thanks to Dimas. I want to say thanks to Cheese Dog. I want to say thanks to Misty. And I want to say thanks to Michi. And I want to say thanks to Grappler Jenkins. I do appreciate all of you very much. It's very cool that you decided to contribute to something of just a random dude on the internet. It's very pog. I do appreciate it. And then I want to say thanks to you for watching. Again, same as yesterday. Well, it's actually 3 AM for me now. So I'm going to bed, bro. Good night. Thank you very much.